Cancer statistics can leave a person feeling hopeless. In 2010, more than 500,000 deaths were attributed to cancer. 1 out of every 3 women and 1 out of every 2 men are expected to get cancer in their lifetimes. Though cancer specialists have little to offer, there is an organization that is teaching patients 8 specific actions they can take to increase their probability of beating cancer. The Oasis of Hope Cancer Treatment Centers not only have breakthrough therapies, they have the success rates to prove it. Oasis of Hope patients have experienced survival rates from 2 to 8 times higher than the national averages, according to a comparison between Oasis of Hope's 5-year clinical study and the data published by the National Cancer Institute.
In 1971, President Richard Nixon declared the war on cancer and funded millions of dollars of research with the promise of a cure for cancer in 10 years. That was 40 years ago, and still there is no cure to cancer even on the horizon. Fortunately, early detection has helped many people survive longer. Unfortunately, standard cancer treatment offers very little for patients with advanced stage 4 cancer. The problem is that the conventional therapies are focused on destroying the cancer regardless of how they harm the patient. They do not address the root cause of disease, and they completely overlook the patient's health, quality of life, and ability to live a normal life while going through the treatment. We do things much differently than other cancer treatment centers, and by the grace of God, our outcomes are much different and much better.
The national 5-year survival rate for stage 4 breast cancer is 20%. That means that only 2 out of 10 women with advanced breast cancer will live for 5 years or longer. The Oasis of Hope's success rate is more than twice that, at 45%. Oasis of Hope's success rate for stage 4 ovarian cancer is 3 times greater, and their success rate for stage 4 lung cancer is 8 times better than the national average. The extraordinary results their patients experience happen because Oasis of Hope does not focus on the disease. It focuses on the total needs of the patient, body, mind, and spirit. They literally empower their patients to beat cancer through education, personalized care, and action plans.
We have nearly 50 years of experience using all kinds of cancer treatments, and we have distilled our methods and research into 8 specific actions patients can take to position themselves for healing. We make this information available to anyone who needs it by offering them the Oasis of Hope Cancer Battle Plan, which is a digital resource where patients can download 12 instructional videos, an interactive workbook, and my book, Hope, Medicine, and Healing. Through these resources, I coach people on how to outline and implement a personal action plan to beat cancer. Of course, I love it when people come for treatment at the Oasis of Hope because we're honored to be chosen as healing partners, but I want to help every single person who has cancer, and it is possible through the Cancer Battle Plan because it's available online to anyone who has access to the internet.
The Oasis of Hope was founded by Dr. Ernesto Contreras Sr. with the mission to care for the whole patient, body, mind, and spirit. Share the healing power of faith, hope, and love, and advance medical science to put an end to cancer, one patient at a time. With treatment centers in Mexico and California, Oasis of Hope has treated more than 100,000 patients from 55 countries.
My father was very forward-thinking when he founded the Oasis of Hope. In the 60s, it was radical to think that a person's body was impacted by their emotional and spiritual health. Today is widely known and accepted, but in my father's time, he was a pioneer. It's my privilege to share decades of clinical experience with my patients and to form a healing partnership for life. We continue in my father's approach to providing resources to the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. Defeating cancer at any cost is not what patients really want. That is why our goal is to provide quality of life through the process of beating cancer. We work over time to develop therapies that do not devastate the patient, even when we administer chemotherapy. We design therapies that we ourselves as doctors would take if we were diagnosed with cancer, because we adhere to Jesus' principle of loving your neighbor, in our case your patient, as we love ourselves. Loving our patient is paramount to us. It is written that faith, hope, and love remain, but that the greatest of these is love. Patients really need to know that their doctors care, and that is why we love our patients back to health.
The Oasis of Hope uses a multifocal treatment approach to help patients manage cancer and achieve desirable outcomes, such as life extension, improved quality of life, and a hopeful outlook. The 8-prong approach Oasis of Hope calls integrative regulatory therapy is taught through its cancer battle plan and used with patients to empower them over the disease. In addition to its advanced medical science, Oasis of Hope also provides holistic therapies such as prayer, music, art, laughter, and hug therapy. There is no question that their wraparound care is giving hope to end-stage cancer patients when you look at Oasis of Hope's success rates that are superior to those at any other treatment center.
I'm encouraged by how well our patients are doing and grateful to God because I know that what's impossible for men is possible with Him. We can't take the credit for all the healing that takes place at the Oasis of Hope because no matter how it came about, it's always a miracle. We do everything in our power to help patients, but our trust is in God. And I recognize Jesus Christ as our medical director. Don't get me wrong, we're not just a church praying for patients. We have top scientists and physicians delivering some of the most avant-garde medical protocols. I'm just pointing out that we're not so arrogant as to think that we don't need divine intervention. We are absolutely open to God's help, and most of our patients are too. I think that one of the most important keys is that we don't just treat our patients, we empower them. Every single day we train them on how to live and how to impede cancer's development and growth. But we're not only trying to beat cancer in a physical way, we help our patients overcome the emotional and spiritual stress that comes with it. And that's why it's so powerful to get people started on the path to victory with our cancer battle plan. This plan will lead them into a whole new understanding on how they can manage cancer instead of it getting the best of them.
Since 1963, Oasis of Hope has been exceeding patients' expectations through its comprehensive and personal treatment approach to battle cancer. For more information and to order your free copy of the Cancer Battle Plan, please visit oasisofhope.com or call 888-500-HOPE today.